CTV National News with Lloyd Robertson. Reporting tonight, Lisa Leflam.
Good evening. We begin tonight with intriguing new cancer research. Scientists say a common pill used to treat diabetes could double as an anti-cancer treatment and cost patients less than 50 cents a day. Further studies are now underway in Canada and around the world to determine if repurposing this cheap pill called Metformin can breathe new life into cancer treatment. More on the remarkable findings from CTV's medical specialist, Davis Favreau.
This old medication is now hot property in the scientific world because this total cost 42 cents a day holds the potential to treat, possibly prevent some forms of cancer.
It's important that we develop this drug as quickly as we can because if it does prove to be beneficial, we need to get it out to patients.
Metformin is now widely used for type 2 diabetes with few side effects. 2 new studies confirm it may also have anti-cancer properties. One study suggests smokers may be able to take it to prevent lung cancer, after animal studies showed it blocked tumor development by 73%. A second study found it eliminated early signs of colon cancer in human patients. And scientists say there have been dozens of other studies suggesting it may work in breast and prostate cancer too.
If the research is fruitful, there's every reason to believe that this will not only be an innovative cancer treatment, but it will be a very inexpensive cancer treatment.
Unlike chemotherapy and radiation, which burn and poison cancer cells, metformin's effects may be more subtle.
It's not necessarily killing them, it's actually suppressing their growth, and without growth, the cells eventually die.
Dr. Pam Goodwin has 3 studies underway seeing if metformin can be used in breast cancer, but it's been tough getting funding because it's a generic drug, and so there is no large drug company to fund research.
If this was a new drug that was being developed by a drug company, we would have moved forward with this 5 or 10 years ago. The evidence is actually quite strong. But because this is not being developed by a drug company, we have to cobble together the funding from a number of different sources.
But despite their excitement, doctors say they don't want cancer patients to simply start taking this medication because it's available until they do more research on exactly how it works in cancer and who really benefits. Lisa?
Well, a diabetes drug, Avis, that could be colon, prostate, breast cancer found by accident. How did scientists actually stumble across it?
Well, it turned out that they started watching diabetic patients on metformin and noticed that there were far lower rates of a number of different cancers, 30 to 70% lower. And so they took it into the lab. Canadian researchers get a lot of credit for looking at this and pushing it forward and finding that the way it lowers insulin in diabetic patients may also remove insulin that is feeding cancer cells, and that's how it got started.
So if those Canadian researchers had not pushed, we might never have known this?
Absolutely, because there is no money in metformin for drug companies. It's no profit to them. And so it raises questions about what if there are other anti-cancer medications out there in the drugs that are already approved? And do we need a better way than just profit and drug companies to study these medications and to get them into patients if they work?
Could be a new direction in research. Avis, thanks so much for this tonight.
Thank you, Lisa.